Hi everyone, PaolaJo from SederQuilts. I know I haven't been on for a while, but I wanted to show you just a quick little tip on how to replace or repair. And let me see if I can switch this around. I was recently at an improv piecing class, and oh my goodness, we had so much fun. But I have one little area that I wanted to replace and repair, and I thought, oh, this would be so helpful for so many things. This piece ended up being right next to this one with a seam. And so I wanted to remove this piece. I pieced together a little strip to add in there. And I'm getting close to finishing up here. But I wanted to show you how it's oftentimes difficult to replace a piece of fabric and then get everything fairly smooth. After I got things fairly close, I stitched this new strip onto here, making it pretty smooth, and then I used my KLIPits to get this fairly close to where I want these two to meet together. Now, I knew this was going to be really hard to get the entire angle nice and smooth, but what I often do, and actually I started doing this a long time ago on mitered corners for client quilts, but if you can get me close with a little extra room, I can fix this, because once we lay it flat on a nice big ironing board, we can not worry about that one yet, but we're just going to get this kind of sort of happy, and then we're going to just encourage it to lay flat. This is the right length here, because I really marked this, but getting this angle is the problem. So once I get it all nice and happy and laid out nice and flat, do a little patty cake here, I'm going to press this. And now it's going to lay really nice and flat. And so I can take it back over to my sewing machine and I can stitch right in that crease, and it's going to be much happier. The second option is, you know me, I love Misty Fuse, so sometimes I'll just put a little piece of Misty Fuse in there and press it down again and just glue it in there. But today I'm going to actually piece that properly, and then I will finish piecing this little line. I guess this is kind of like Y seams. But once that is happy, then I can deal with this last little bit of getting the rest of it happy. But yes, if you can get this close right here to the right length, and then give yourself a little bit of room here. Once it's happy, you press it down. Now we can take it over to the machine and we can finish sewing this seam right where the crease is, and it'll all be happy. So here's part two. I have now stitched this down, pressed it again, and we can see that yes, this is pretty smooth and happy now. So now we can bring this all back, and we're going to press everything nice and smooth and finish stitching this portion nice and shut, and then we will do the same with the next section. And this portion will now be replaced, and it'll all fit in there nicely and be fairly smooth and happy once we get that all done. So it'll be good. It'll be happy. Alrighty, here's part three. So I now have this piece added in. I have finished stitching off everything else. The first seam that I used, I just got it close and I used kind of a basting stitch. Once I had pressed everything where I wanted it, I went in and stitched right in the crease of the press line. So now everything was going to be smooth, and I finished stitching in here. Now I am trying to make this last portion nice and smooth and happy again as well. So I wasn't so worried about getting everything perfectly smooth, because with the improv piecing class, that was just not one of the things we had to be concerned about. I just didn't love having two pieces of the same fabric stitched seam together where there had been some improv. So by replacing that pieced section, I'm just putting this all back together. We'll stitch that, and then I'll have one last little bit to add back in there, and that part should be pretty quick and easy. But oh my goodness, these CLIPits really help me, especially with improving with imprecise pieces. You can clip in there without pinning, and it just holds it pretty close so that I can take it over to the machine, stitch that, press it down again, and oh, it's going to be so cute. My friend Brenda, who I talk about every once in a while, she makes the Brenda blocks up at CountryFabrics. She led this improv class, and it was so much fun. Oh my, it really took me out of my comfort zone, and it was lots of fun. So anyway, I think this is the last little live portion of this. I think I'm going to make a big bag out of this really cool pieced top now, and be able to haul my quilts in it. Yeah, should be fun. Anyway, thanks so much, and give me some feedback in the comments on how informative this was or how annoying it was to watch in short little live sections. All right, toodaloo. Good to see you all. Bye-bye.